This is the Fairy Junk Journal. I bought these journals in South Africa, the books, the antique books, and they're leather, they are antique, and then I put brass edges on the sides of them when I made the journal. I really like the spines in these because they've got that wonderful raised ribbing on the spines that are, it's so pretty. And then the back of it I left unembellished with just one little butterfly. The binding itself is a Coptic binding, so I always do Coptic bindings. This is the way that it's bound. The spine is not glued, the binding is not glued to the spine, it's glued to the covers of the book. It makes it pretty much indestructible because the spine itself is sewed with doubled cotton thread, and it's just, if you can't break the binding, so you can't really hurt the book. Me personally, I want a journal that's super duper sturdy. If you want to see up close on this, you should look at the pictures on the site. These are the extras that I'm sending with this book. These are just replicated fair tickets. They're really sweet. And then this is a page from the original manuscript, and I overlaid it with a Victorian jester. He's really high resolution, and he's so sweet and so pretty. So this is part of your junk journal. This is watercolor paper. It's very, very sturdy paper. This is gold paper, and then it's got Chinese decorative tape on it. This is, I live in Shanghai, China at the moment, so I have access to really cool stuff. We've been living here for about 3 years. This is Chinese tea paper, and then it's overlaid on a replicated stained page. Most of what I use is recycled materials, so almost everything has had a life before it got into this journal, which I absolutely love. I think a journal should have some real depth to it because it's such a personal item, and so somebody has loved and touched these pages before I got hold of them and then before they got passed on to you. This is cotton paper. This is replicated paper, replicated stains on the paper. This is brand new, and I had to build those pages to make them fit in a journal this size because this is such a big journal. The Coptic binding, what I love, well, I love everything about it, but I also, what's so cool about this is that it always lies completely flat. This is so new that it's standing up, but if you were to flatten it, it would stay flat. You can't hurt the book because you can't break the binding. These, you can see the cotton stitches on the inside of the signatures. There's lots of little bitty signatures in a Coptic book. This is Chinese newspaper. I particularly love that little stamp on the front of this paper. That's why I put that page in there. And then I did a little window box for you there. Cotton paper. And this is from a Chinese market. This is, the French guy owns this market, but we get our groceries delivered in these bags every day, and I just love these bags. This is a Starbucks bag from here in Shanghai with some duct tape connecting it to the other page. I really love this bag. We go to Starbucks on our date nights, and I just love, I love this. It's got such fond memories for me of many, many, many hours playing cards in this particular Starbucks. Watercolor paper and craft paper that I had to build to make it fit in this journal. This is such a big journal. This is butter yellow handmade paper, and then I did a little banner on this paper. I always leave the distress on all of the pages. I live in, in a place where there's lots and lots of factories, and I feel really strongly that humanity is so much more beautiful than anything that could come out of a machine. And so, me personally, I love all of the personality in something that's used. So I don't take off the distress in these pages. Perhaps if I didn't live in Shanghai, I might feel differently, but I've lived in China many times, and I glued these pages together so that they would be sturdy. And so you've got sort of a double page there. This is heavy craft paper, and this is the handmade cotton paper again. And there's pink fingerprint there. I think that's probably ink. I work with ink all the time when I'm doing stencils. Probably that's where that distress came from. This is I think an Italian shirt container. We call our workers here in Shanghai call them ai, and the ai's in the compound, they know me very well because I'm the only fancy person who digs around in the recycling all the time. Everybody else just drops their garbage and trots off really fast, not me. I'm always in there, so they save stuff for me now because they know what I'm looking for, and they save that little blue bag for me. Cotton paper and watercolor paper. I love this bag. DQ is huge here. It's an American brand, Dairy Queen, and I always get a DQ. Like, I get the little tiny one whenever we go out to eat, which we almost never do, but when we do, I'm like, oh, let's get a DQ, and then we do that in the mall. Everything is in a mall here. So all the DQs are in a mall. This is from a tea company here in Shanghai. I love this bag. It's such a pretty yellow, and this little flower is so sweet, and I love the distress on it. So this is from there's many of these hotels here in Shanghai, and I love this brick red. It's so pretty. So anyway, I glued that onto there for you. I love these two roses, the two different colored roses, rose-colored papers on that page. And more cotton paper. That way you'll have the history of the whole thing before you buy it, and you'll know what you're buying. This is cotton paper. More cotton paper. I love how soft this is. This is a Luckin coffee bag. Yeah, it is. So this is a coconut latte. I know this ad. I don't drink Luckin coffee, but they're the biggest coffee franchise in Shanghai, so the bags are everywhere, and I love them. They're so adorable. More of my marketing bags. I love craft paper. This is actually my favorite color paper, the stuff that's unbleached. But of course, you know, what's fun is to have, you know, lots of different colors in your journals, which is what, and there's distress there, and there. I overprinted an original page from this same manuscript with a snake on it because it's got sort of a South African theme, and I just thought, I love this word. I don't know what it means, but it's cool. I have many South African friends because we lived in Africa for a long time. Anyway, South African, the Afrikaans is is fun to listen to. More cotton paper. And I'm taking you through to this is such a big, heavy journal. This one is so thick and heavy. Banner page. And then we come to the end of your journal. I did not embellish this because I thought it'd be way more fun if you did it for yourself. So there is your fairy journal.